Wally Johnson with Coach Greg Carvel for this week's Saints Hockey Coaches Show. Coach, a really great weekend. Two great hockey teams playing at Appleton Arena with Miami and the Saints, and a pretty good split.
Yeah, I'd say coming out of that weekend, I'm very happy with the results. The Friday night game, to me, was one of those games could have gone either way, and they come away 1-0. It was a real tight battle where neither team gave up a lot of offense, and we had a hard time getting the puck to the net. And when we did, their goalie was really good, and Kyle, it was really good for us. And the difference in the game being a power play goal. So Friday night, I thought we played well, but then Saturday night we came out, and I think they just didn't want to compete at the level that we competed on Saturday night, and just I felt like we controlled the game for the most part. The first half we had 1-0, and we had bad turnover, and again, they're a good offensive team, and the kid buried it, and then up by 3 goals in the third, and power play, and then a quick response by them made it close. But other than those little stretches, I thought our team played very well and played most of the game in the offensive zone.
Good to see Mike Marnell back in the lineup. He had 2 goals the second night after probably trying to feel things out the first night. What does having him back in terms of forward depth and perhaps getting Alex Dahl back down the road mean to the club?
Yeah, that was a big addition back into the lineup, having not had him in the first 4 games. He finished last year playing with Brian Ward and Joe Sullivan, and so I've had him with Ward, and I wanted to get that line back together because we needed offense from that line, and Mike provided 2 goals on Saturday night. But more than the goals, he provides a presence. He plays so fast and quick and hounds the puck, and he really is. He represents what we want to be as a team. He's quick, he's tenacious, he hounds the puck, he plays hard, and he plays right, and he has a real good skill level that allows him to finish when he gets the chances. And that was a huge goal he scored for us on Saturday. Gave us a little bit of a breathing room and cushion, and gave our team some confidence that we could get up by a couple goals on a good Miami team. And so he's playing through a little bit of pain, and I give him credit for not being 100%, but realizing that we really needed him this weekend, and his addition was a big factor.
You're also getting a little surprise depth on the blue line. Russ McMullen's been in the last 3 games and has played pretty well.
Yeah, we've got 9 defensemen on the roster, and I'm in a position where all 9 guys can play. And Ross was a guy who, similar situation last year. He was the odd man out, and he didn't really get the opportunity. And I told him this summer, he came back in a certain condition and did certain things that he'd earn his chance, and he did that 3 games ago, and he showed real well at Merrimack. And he's the kind of kid that he's a great kid, and his teammates love him, and they were excited for him to get in and to have the opportunity, and he showed his teammates what he's able to do. And he's 6'4". He's a big guy with a long stick and a big shot. So as a coach, you like to have a big body like that back there, and he knows where to move the puck. And as I said, when he gets his shot off, it's a dangerous shot. And so he's making the most of his opportunity. We had Justin Bruckle last year in a very similar situation that got an opportunity and came in, and he just made it real hard for us to take him out. And Ross is doing the same right now.
Got a big weekend coming up at Penn State. First time we've ever seen the Nittany Lions. What are you looking for from Penn State?
Well, watching them on film, Guy Godowski is a real good coach, and they play a very similar style that we do. I'm not sure that they're as big or as quick as we are, so we're going to have to try to use that to our advantage. But they're very well coached. You can see that they're a very disciplined team that plays a 5-man unit. They try to create a lot of offense. They forecheck hard. They defend well. It looks like they've got a pretty solid goaltender. So it's going to be quite a challenge for us to go on a road trip like this. It'll be fun because we've never played Penn State. And for our guys, it'll be last weekend was an emotional weekend for us, playing a perennial top 10 team in our building. We were emotionally got pretty high for the weekend, so we just got to make sure that we maintain that. And if we play the way we did on Saturday night, I don't care who we play or where we play, we'll be all right.
think the Saints went up one spot in the polls this week, and now obviously polls mean a lot more in February than they do in October. But do the polls kind of help attract the industry recruits, and what do they mean to the program?
Well, I think right now it does help in recruiting if you can show a kid that you're, the other schools that you're in the mix with on the polls. But for our guys, it's it's earning respect. A lot of the guys, when they came to this program, we weren't in this situation, and they've worked hard and they've worked together to earn a little bit of respect from the whole college hockey community. And it's nice to be there. Like you said, it doesn't mean a lot right now. There's different ways to look at it. I mean, you've got Harvard and Yale ahead of us, and they've not played a game yet, so the polls take them for what they're worth. But I think for our crew, it's a reward because they've played real hard for the last year and the beginning of this year to make people recognize that they're a good hockey team. And so I'm happy for my guys. And it's just like the preseason predictions. It's they don't mean anything. It's just how you handle it. And we started at 19 and 17 and 16, so we've creeped up here a little bit. I don't think it'll affect how we play Penn State, but it's nice to get that recognition across the whole hockey community.